looking at their reaction sometimes, right? And it's just funny. Like it's we were really, really fast. And it was efficient, and obviously the dynamic of business world now where everything is coming in through the internet, a
Yeah.
lot of the stuff is ordered online. You miss that part of the human interaction quite a
Right.
bit. But and the tickets, it's just that back then it was just a line, and then it's one person, one meal. Now every ticket, could be like a few different. So it, the dynamic of this industry definitely has changed quite a bit after COVID.
Now you named that particular business Venus Sun, and I remember hearing that stood for Vietnam Sun, and I actually really liked when I heard that because I take a lot of pride being Vietnamese, even though I grew up pretty much in the States, and I really kind of admire that about you, that you take a lot of pride in your roots and where you came from, and you try to kind of spread that into your business also. Which is pretty cool. I wasn't always that way, so I want to ask: have you always been this prideful of the culture and your roots?
Very much so. Like it's funny that how your upbringing kind of have your mind kind of determine your mindset. At a very young age, when I came over, I came here right when I was 10. I think we was picked on a lot. So it was. I came into extremely racist neighborhood in Eastern Washington. We got into a lot of fights. They were trying to drown us at the pool. It was just very traumatizing if you were to let it defeat you, kind of idea. And then there was always the power in brotherhood and camaraderie, even at 10 years old, right? And so you got to pick your place in line, I guess, right? You just know naturally whether you're going to be an alpha or you're going to be part of the whoop back kind of idea. And for me, it's like, with my mindset, it's like, well, I can't imagine not being an alpha. So I always develop this alpha attitude that I'm gonna protect my friends. I'm gonna do what I need to, right? But when I wanted to come up with a name, it's just like I wanted to carry a whole country on my back kind of idea, because I didn't like the way we were portrayed, like, or how Vietnamese business is portrayed. It's always like, hey, I'm a mom and pop shop. There's a person at the door, and it's always a struggle to where this thinking that business is the real deal. The real deal is when you have this like small mom and pop shop, and it's always operated mom and pop, and it is true because that's what we were used to when we came over, like that. But it's up to the younger generation to change that dynamic. It's like, how do you, and a lot of movers and shakers, they are doing a 10 times better job than what I could ever do for Vietnam, but they put Vietnamese food on the map, and so proud of them for leading the way, and I'm just learning. I'm like, if I'm going to do a pho brand, if I'm going to do banh mi, well, I want something to resonate, right? I want it to be like to grow. And unfortunately we're at 5 locations.